Which electric sports car is better, the BMW i4 M50 or the Tesla Model 3 Performance? The M50 starts at $71,000. The Performance starts at $55,000. Pretty big price difference, but which is the better car that you should get? Well, in this episode, we are going to find out. On the exterior, the M50 gets a bunch of design upgrades over the standard i4. On the front, it gets a more aggressive looking bumper with more creases on it and blacked out trim. I don't like the grille though. I do like the side profile. The flush door handles look awesome, and all of the chrome trim on the standard i4 has been replaced with black trim. The M50 also gets the M-style door mirrors. It also gets 19-inch wheels as standard. You can pay extra for 20-inch wheels. On the back, it gets a rear spoiler and a more aggressive looking rear bumper. I'm not a big fan of how it has the cutouts where the tailpipes would go on the 3 Series and the 4 Series, but I do love the taillights. They look awesome. And you can also get the optional M carbon pack. This vehicle is crazy heavy. It weighs over 5,000 pounds. That's not very good, but overall it does look pretty decent. On the front, the Model 3 Performance gets a front splitter with air vents at both sides of the bumper. It also has really sharp looking headlights. Down the side it's really smooth. It gets 20-inch forged wheels as standard, and I really like the flush door handles. And on the back, it has a carbon fiber rear spoiler and a rear diffuser. It also has that performance badge. This vehicle is fairly light. It weighs slightly over 4,000 pounds, way better than the M50. And overall, it's a gorgeous looking vehicle. It looks so much better than the BMW. The M50 has 2 electric motors. Combined, they make 536 horsepower and 586 pound-feet of torque. It also has an 84 kilowatt-hour battery pack that has a range of 267 miles and can charge at 205 kilowatts. Just like the M50, the Model 3 Performance has 2 electric motors. Combined, they make 510 horsepower and 547 pound-feet of torque. It also has an 82 kilowatt-hour battery pack that has a range of 303 miles and can charge it up to 250 kilowatts. So, the i4 M50 is more powerful than the Performance, but which car is actually faster? The i4 M50 is pretty fast. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds, pretty fast, and it has a top speed of 140 miles per hour, pretty quick. However, the Performance is faster. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.9 seconds. 2.9 seconds is crazy fast. And it has a top speed of 163 miles per hour, much faster than the M50. The M50 has a beautiful interior. It's a very nice place to be in. BMW interiors are very high quality. They have expensive feeling materials pretty much everywhere, and all of the pieces and trims are very solidly put together. Now the M50 also gets a bunch of upgrades in the interior. It gets sports seats, they're more body hugging with bigger bolsters, and provide more shoulder support. This vehicle features the M Sport steering wheel. It's flat bottomed and has the red pinstripe. It also has carbon fiber trim and this huge curved widescreen display. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but it also has an updated UI specifically designed for the M cars. This vehicle has beautiful ambient lighting. It looks awesome at night. Now for the comfort features, it has heated seats, a heated steering wheel, and front ventilated seats, but unfortunately, you have to pay extra for them. The Tesla also has a beautiful interior. There are hardly any buttons. In the middle there's this huge display, which provides every single control. However, it doesn't have Apple CarPlay, nor Android Auto, but you don't need it. They have the best infotainment system ever. Their infotainment system is better than all of the other in-car infotainment systems. It has built-in Google Maps and a bunch of other applications that you can connect to your phone. It also gets a small display in the back as standard, which provides controls for rear passengers, a bunch of different videos you can watch, and games you can play. The M50 doesn't have this feature, and that vehicle is way more expensive. This vehicle also has glorious ambient lighting, which looks awesome at night. Now, Tesla's interior quality is drastically improved with the new Model 3. It features soft touch materials pretty much everywhere, and all of the pieces and trims feel solid. Now, the Performance variant also gets interior upgrades. It gets sports seats, they have bigger bolsters and headrests. They hold the occupants better in place when cornering. It also features carbon fiber trim on the dashboard instead of the fabric in the standard version. And finally, it gets aluminum pedals. For the comfort features, it has heated seats, a heated steering wheel, front ventilated seats, and front wireless charging, all as standard. Thank goodness. Overall, it's a very nice place to be in as well. The Performance has a pretty big trunk. Its trunk is up to 21 cubic feet of space, and it also has a small frunk, which has an additional 3.1 cubic feet of space. So in total, the Performance has a cargo capacity of up to 24.1 cubic feet. Pretty impressive. However, the i4's hatchback style trunk not only is bigger, with a storage capacity of 46 cubic feet, it also makes it easier to load in items. Unfortunately, there is no frunk with this vehicle, but it is more practical than the Tesla. The i4 M50 gets lowered stiffer spring suspension, which makes the vehicle more agile and nimble, but it also features adaptive dampers. They constantly adjust while driving for improved comfort, and you can alter the firmness, so you can set the suspension to a softer setting for improved comfort, or you can set the suspension to a stiffer setting for improved agility. This vehicle also features strut bars, which provide an overall stiffer body. That provides sharper steering response with greater feedback. It reduces understeer for improved handling, and more stiffness reduces body roll, which improves the stability. Of course, the i4 M50 has torque vectoring, which improves corner exiting traction by sending full power to the outer wheel with the most grip. Speaking of traction, the all-wheel drive system significantly improves traction. The M50 features variable ratio steering, which constantly adjusts the steering ratio based on the steering angle for greater feedback. And since this vehicle is electric, there's the regenerative braking, which makes the driving experience so much easier. Just lift your foot off the accelerator and the vehicle will stop on its own. And while it stops, it recharges the battery at the same time. And a big benefit of the battery pack being mounted at the bottom of the vehicle is it provides a low center of gravity. That improves the stability of the vehicle by reducing body roll. And the i4 M50 also has sway bars to reduce body roll. The M50 also gets upgraded M Sport brakes over the standard i4. At the front, it gets 4 piston calipers gripping 374mm discs. At the back, it has single piston calipers gripping 345mm discs. These brakes provide better stopping performance than the brakes on the standard i4. The Model 3 Performance gets lowered spring suspension, which makes the vehicle more agile and nimble, but it also features adaptive dampers, like with the M5, so you can set the suspension to a softer setting for improved comfort, or you can set it to a stiffer setting for improved agility. And they feature accelerometers, which constantly sense the vibration and the speed while driving, and then they make the dampers adjust accordingly for improved comfort. This vehicle features those forged wheels for sharper turn-in response with increased traction out of corners. It also has sway bars to prevent body roll. And of course, the Model 3 Performance also has torque vectoring, which can send full power to the outer wheel with the most grip, so that provides better corner exiting traction. Tesla has also done lots of tuning to the electric motors. They feature hairpin windings instead of simple coils, and an inverter generating more current than in the previous Model 3 Performance. It generates 950 amps of current compared to 830 amps in the previous vehicle. That provides increased continuous and peak power and increased peak torque. We now have the full details about the brakes. So at the front, it gets 4 piston calipers as standard, gripping 355mm discs, and at the back, it has single piston calipers, gripping 335mm discs. And these high-performance brakes improve the stopping performance at all speeds and in a wider temperature range. There's also more downforce, thanks to the front splitter, the rear spoiler, and the rear diffuser. And since this vehicle is electric, there's the regenerative braking, which makes the driving experience so much easier. Just lift your foot off the accelerator and the vehicle will stop on its own. And also, since the battery pack is mounted at the bottom of the vehicle, it has a low center of gravity, which helps to reduce body roll, increasing stability. Overall, both of these vehicles are very advanced. So which is better, the Tesla Model 3 Performance or the BMW i4 M50? It's the Tesla. The M50 is a fantastic car. It's very fast, has a very nice interior, and it's very practical. But the Performance is more affordable, yet it's still faster, and has much more technology included with it. But do you guys agree? Let me know in the comments down below, which vehicle do you guys prefer? But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today's episode.